How can you increase your hamstring flexibility in only 1 minute without ever touching them? Or how can releasing this one muscle fix your lateral pelvic tilt? Learn all of this and so much more by going through this 9-minute foam roll routine for the lower body. Adam here from trainermassage.com. And the first thing you're going to do here is release the bottom of the foot using a smaller ball like a lacrosse ball or even a tennis ball. By doing this for about 30 seconds to 1 minute on each side of the foot, you're going to be able to loosen the superficial back line, which is then going to loosen your hamstrings and give you a noticeable difference in your hamstring flexibility. Make sure to do a before and after test when rolling out the bottom of the feet, just so you can see the improvements you got by doing this one technique. Next up, you're going to use a foam roller and work on the glutes. Go ahead and lean to one side of the body and even take that leg and place it on the other one in order to put the glutes on a small stretch. By working on the glutes for about 30 seconds to 1 minute, just simply rolling on it, you're going to be able to loosen the muscles underneath the glutes like the piriformis, which is a big player in things like sciatica. Now, after you're done working on the glutes, you need to work on this neck spot because it is one area that not only does a lot of massage therapists miss, but it can also create a lot of issues in the hips. And I'm talking about the glute medius, which is located on the side of the hips pretty much. All you got to do here is use your foam roller, lay on your side, right on the hips, right next to the glutes pretty much, and look for the most tender spots. When you find it, try to work on it for about 30 seconds to 1 minute to loosen it up and open up that area. Now, one muscle that constantly gets tight when you're standing and will always pull on not only the knee and the pelvis is going to be the quads. By rolling out the quads with a foam roller, either with your knee bent or with it straight, you're going to be able to loosen up not only the muscle, but the superficial fascia line in the front of the body, which also helps loosen up the back of the body as well. Now, this next muscle can actually create lateral pelvic tilt, and it's one that a lot of people tend to miss, including myself. And that muscle is going to be your adductors, the inside thigh legs. What these muscles can do is actually pull on the pelvis from the bottom, creating a kink pretty much in it, which will then also contribute to a lateral pelvic tilt. So in order to work on your adductors, take your leg and place it about 90 degrees out to the side with the foam roller right underneath. And then from here, you can simply roll in and out, back and forth, looking for the most tender spots for 30 seconds to 1 minute. Now, on the opposite side is going to be your vastus lateralis underneath your IT band. Now, a lot of people tend to think you don't work your IT band, you're not supposed to, but here's the idea here where we're trying to work on the muscle underneath it so that the muscle can contract without pulling on the IT band. A lot of us tend to have the muscle in the IT band get stuck and move side to side as opposed to against each other, which is why we want to roll on it in order to help loosen them up and allow that gliding motion. So again, lay on the lateral side of the body here, try to hit the entire IT band with the idea that you're not hitting the IT band, you're hitting the vastus lateralis underneath it. One more time, 30 seconds to 1 minute. Now, a hidden muscle that can create things like plantar fasciitis and even knee pain is going to be the calf complex, like the gastrocs and the soleus. These muscles can not only pull on the back of the knee, creating tension back there, but can also pull on the bottom of the foot, which is how it creates that plantar fasciitis, along with the bottom of the foot, of course, that you worked on earlier. So to work on the calf muscles, I do like to use something like a 5-inch ball, but if you don't have one, a foam roller works just fine. Again, you're just looking for the most tender spot and trying to work on it for about 30 seconds to 1 minute on each side here. Next up is going to be the lateral calf muscle, the fibularis. And the reason why you want to target this muscle specifically is because not only can it create tension on the lateral side of the calf, which can create some kind of rubbing effect on the joints, create something like arthritis maybe. But the main reason though is because it creates something like duck feet. Because when it gets tight, it can actually pull on the ankles and make the feet want to point outwards. So go ahead and lay on your side or even just sit on your butt and twist your ankles to the side and try to work on the lateral calf. Again, looking for the most tender spot you can find and then hitting it for 30 seconds to 1 minute. Now, you may have noticed there's one muscle we haven't hit yet, and that is going to be the hamstrings. And the reason why is because I like to work on these muscles very specifically while sitting in a chair. So again, I'm going to be using a 5-inch ball, but you can still use a foam roller here or even a smaller ball like a tennis ball. But the idea here is you want to allow the knee to bend passively so that the foam roller or the massage tool can get deeper in the hamstrings as you roll them out. Make sure you feel stable as you work on it on your bench or your tools, whatever, because you may fall over side to side a little bit as you're working on these tender spots, especially if you're on a narrow surface like I am on the bench. One more time, release these muscles for 30 seconds to 1 minute. Let me know in the comment section how you're feeling and what you want to work on next. Other than that, watch the video up here if you want to keep your progress going, and I'll see you in the next one.